Hello and welcome back to Third Age Total War Divide and Conquer, where last time we had finally purged the last of Mirkwood from the shadow of Mirkwood, and now they only contain themselves within 4 regions of what once was Rhovanion and Lorien. It is a shame they fell so soon. But now I believe we want to be moving for Rawburg, so we can give it off to our elven allies so they can continue in the war. Otherwise I'll just be blocking them in and they'll have nowhere to go. And I'm fairly certain AI in this game will think to themselves, well, if we can't fight one of our enemies, we'll fight one of our allies. And I don't want that. I want them to keep going and to take Rawburg so they can continue to take Ilanin, whatever it's pronounced, so I can continue to take Logarth. We are close to victory, but we can't falter yet. We have a long way to go.
Yes, my lord.
Let's make sure Kalidian makes it to his target, and end the turn. The war of our great enemy is almost ended. 135 turns. I must admit, if Lorien managed to survive longer against Rune, then I think Mirkwood would be dead by now. And that's why I'm always used to, by this point, seeing the Last Stand script and having to beat it out. Beat it out? Take it down. That sounds a lot better. Well, it seems the Dwarves of Khazad-dûm are actually starting to get a bit cocky and fighting on currently only 2 fronts, Mordor and Dunland. But I'm sure they'll be fine. They are, after all, one of the strongest factions at this point. The Last Stand of Dol Amroth. The men and women of Dol Amroth have downed their everyday tools and taken up arms in a last-ditch attempt to save their beloved city. Potters, bakerers, smiths, weavers, all who would otherwise be peasants in the eyes of many, today stand as warriors. The lords and nobles of the courts of Dol Amroth will fight alongside the labourers and farmers to ensure the survival of all that they hold dear. Whoever would seek to crush the ship and Swan will have one final force of arms to subdue before total annihilation of the Amrothians can be assured. I always like reading them. You only see them once, and even then they don't often last long. Irui has now been upgraded to a city, and look how beautiful it's getting. Stone walls, defensive flats you can see your archers on top of, which I really do want to show off because they are really cool looking. Let's move these archers out. We don't need them there anymore.
At ease. I will defend my people.
Now if I'm to take Celeborn out,
come, my brother.
They're happy for now. That's good to know. Or then, Irui, what should I make for you? Well, the Master Builder's Hall, of course. Needs to make things cheaper. I need that to prepare for the next upgrade we can get. But other than that, what else is there we can make? I'm currently trying to get Dolingvar to upgrade. Really, none of them are free of keep. Oh, because I haven't built the town hall yet. No, let's get the practice. No, there's nothing there to actually get from that. Let's get the town guard. That way we can actually start retraining some stuff.
Gonna stick you. Elves.
And howdy, start setting up some sentry towers for me.
We will need
wood.
that one.
So nice. Just need more vision while we can.
Have a taste of my blade.
They are bringing up orcs. Quite a few
I'm
other
gonna
things.
stick you. I'm gonna stick you.
So last ditch effort to try and keep a hold of what they have left.
For the light! Elven warriors! For the light!
I should set these up to be nicer looking. There we go.
Stay in the trees!
Now if I'm to send Haldir to Falasnonian's boats, it should be more protected that way. Or I could leave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Leave Falasnonian in here. And take the archers. And the lancers. It won't be a full army. It'll be close to a full army. And a very powerful army. I don't think I could take from here without it going negative.
Onward.
Okay, we can take with us one more unit of...
Stick you.
Let's get these wardens just to keep people happy. Oh, excuse me. And end the turn again. The time has almost come to exact our revenge on those that have fallen. The leaves of Lorien never fall idly. And when they do, revenge must be exacted in the thousands. And we still have yet much to deal with. And we still need to try and make an alliance with the Dwarves of Erebor and Kingdom of Dale before they get a bit
see us in the forest.
greedy. Okay, who's dead now? Wait, it shows the... There we go. Linden and Angmar are no longer at war. And Can is gone. It is a shame. One's great power is already defeated. Let me just check something. Okay. For a minute I thought I heard something. My imagination, of course.
My lord.
Start moving out to Ilanen.
Quietly. Tomorrow's journey planned out.
Have a taste of my blade. Have a taste of my blade.
So seem over here. Did Vale manage to take in a tower? But there was never anything to tell us that the Lord of Doldor had fallen, which is a bit.
I shall continue.
I'm gonna stick you.
Is still quite confusing in my opinion. Surely there must have been some indication to what could have caused this. If I was to take out Falasnonian,
By the light of Elbereth!
they lose 70 public order, so we're going to have to keep him in there, regardless of what we want to do. So Haldir is once again going to be the general.
Yes, my lord. My lord.
Some Woolen warriors.
Reinforcements! For the
And the
light!
Girthinan.
Ready, elves! Elves! Yes, my lord. For the light! Swiftly! Reinforcements!
Okay, they're still happy.
This is the way! Elven warriors! Ready, elves!
My lord. Onward.
This is the way!
Engage.
Okay, we can get one more unit. Is it worth trying to take
For
another?
the light! Come on!
Yep, might as well.
Swiftly!
At ease.
By the light of Elbereth! Elves! Elven warriors! Elves!
Pull those warriors to the back to make it look
Ready,
things
elves!
look even again.
Elves!
Have a taste of my blade.
Now then, we could take some things from here. How would they
Elven warriors.
respond,
For the light!
though?
Onward!
Okay, they don't really care. Attempt to
Swiftly.
Falasnonian boat.
Be vigilant.
So I can't think of a better name right now.
You.
We need to start setting up some more watchtowers
Come, my
too, because we
brothers.
don't have much vision of what's going on right now. But we do know we can't be cheap with how much of a garrison will be in Falasnonian boats.
Elves!
Take those wardens and
Onward!
take them over.
At ease!
Can I leave a small
Come
garrison? No, I'd
Onward.
rather not do that. I'd rather not do that.
Elven warriors! Elves!
Anything else? Irubi is almost countering the amount of income we're getting from Karaskalafon, but I don't think this is actually just coming
By
from...
the light of Elbereth!
Yeah, because we're only getting 500
Elves.
more, but from here we're getting a hell of a lot more.
Like the wind!
Oh, because we're on very high tax rate, of course. If you increase the tax rate... Yeah, increase the tax rate, they just beat Karaskalafon any day. It's pretty good to see. Should probably be doing that with more settlements, actually. At this point, we're wanting higher tax rates on places where I can and where it's actually effective. Yeah, the more money we can get, the better.
Elves!
Because we need to once again be focusing on our military again. Once again be focusing on our military again. Yeah, good English, Nick. Good English. But we do need to be continuing our grand campaign into the east. And I was thinking, if Dol Amroth doesn't succeed in reclaiming its capital, then I'm actually tempted, as a way of remembering the great Lord Amroth, who was an elf for those that don't know. We will send down a fleet. Oh wait, we can't make boats. Well, what, if I can find a mercenary cog, I'll take a full stack army and we'll besiege Dol Amroth and attempt to reclaim it. The land that once was held by the that once belonged to elves will return to their hands again. After it had fallen into the hands of dark and corrupt men.
You will ruin these trees no longer!
A gift. How generous.
Yes, my lord.
We don't need them there. We need them to go to
Come
Falasnonian
on,
boat straight into the
lord.
fold.
Swiftly! Elven warriors!
They moved in.
Sire.
How
Have a
foolish.
taste of my blade.
An army of Mirkwood orcs, though, is
I'm
not
gonna
to be
stick
underestimated.
Come, my brothers! Scatter them!
Regardless, I'm not afraid of Muzdrush. I only need at least one army, don't we?
Send them back to their
So my
underworld.
2001 elves, the one being Haldir, we are the servants of Saruman the Wise, the White Hand, the hand that gives us man's flesh to eat. The last orc to really just talk about Saruman. After that, they just didn't speak. It seemed the Uruk-hai didn't really prefer to speak in the tongues of man. Ugh, excuse me, got quite a bit of phlegm recently. It's starting to really hurt my throat. But still, a little bit of sickness isn't going to stop me from making these videos for you guys. Unless it gets to a really bad sickness, in which case you'll have to wait. But no, I'm good, I'm good. Since these units aren't in range, let's scuttle them around. Keep the Girth in them where they are, they're perfectly fine actually. The Lancer is going to have to go for the Orc Bodyguard, and that's it. Every other unit is a possible pike unit that you miss, and you don't want to accidentally mistake a pike unit for a. Oh, I'm trying to think of the words. A pike unit, a sword unit for a pike unit. That's the last thing you want to be doing. But how much we're attacking them, they're going to turn around. There's no way they're not just going to take that. There we go. You know it makes sense, you foolish orcs. Call upon the light of Elbereth, as we had in ages past. Well, it feels like ages past. It's only been a few battles since we last fought with. Actually, your bodyguard looked very close to the Mirkwood blades, just with less pure steel armor and more fur armor. I don't think that's a good thing either. Oh well, we didn't kill many, and he's still trying to run away, so let's keep out of their range. Oh, I think I'm going to lose him. I think we've lost him. I think we've lost a guy. Oh, he got out. There we go. That's how it's done. Percent's been defeated so far, and that's now with all the archers firing upon them. Turn into the orc bodyguard. Ah, the orcs don't stand a chance. We need to focus the pikes, not the blades. Yes, they're faster, that's why we've got the infantry for. We send them in when things are looking bad. You're not in combat, don't lie to me. Trying to orc bodyguard again, but this time try and focus the Goth mod
Only
looking
half
one.
the enemy force remains.
Nope, not this time.
Our men have slain the enemy general. Without him, his troops will lose.
I saw that. I saw that, and it was beautiful. Charge of the Sentry, that is. Charge of the Sentry. The rest of them should start ratting soon. You got all the Lorien Lancers. They're just good. They can exist in long combats against weaker units, but their charge is also horrifically good. Free charge and a unit of 79 orcs are dead.
Smash the enemy.
Jeez, that's good. Let's keep out of the range of my arrow fire. There we go, they're all gone. How did the blades die first and the pikes didn't when I was focusing the pikes? There's some questions you can never answer in this world, and that must be one of them. Either way, the orcs are all but defeated.
The enemy army flees the field. Pursue and run them down.
I'm going to watch them die. None of them are allowed, none of them are permitted to escape.
This
Exactly.
is a clear victory.
None are permitted to escape, and only 2 fell, and those are the Lancers. Then the name of the forest was changed, and Mirkwood it was called, for the nightshade lay deep there, save only in the north where Thranduil's people still held the evil at bay. Well, now there is no evil in Mirkwood, and it one day can return to being called Greenwood the Great. But it will take many years, and our people many years to reclaim what we had lost. But together the Sindar elves will reclaim their forest and purge what little evil remains in those woods. It's only befitting that we return it to the way that it was remembered by Thranduil's father, Orifur, he who first formed Mirkwood and Thranduil's halls and Amon-Lank. Well, actually, no, Thranduil's halls was called Thranduil's halls because Thranduil's halls founded Thranduil's halls. But enough trying to sound like I'm making a tongue twister. Captain Nazu is soon to come into the fray.
Scout the area. Onward for the light.
Let's sit in the tree range and see if we can ambush. Probably not because we're too big for that. No. Actually, does that? Angmar isn't dead yet. Why are you going to war? No. Why? let's just say this. There's a slow ticking time bomb going off in the north. If things get really bad, that means Angmar is not going to die. And Erebor is not going to be able to focus fully on the east. This action is an act of pure greed on the part of the Dunedain. And I'm fairly certain such a thing can only be truly committed with Aragorn's death. Either way, I am not happy about this. Because another thing is, I have no idea which faction is going to win, because both are actually even. So they're going to be in a continuous war, while Angmar is just going to be let free. It's going to be left to live. I don't like this one bit. Oh, and I'm going to be forced to pick a side, aren't I? Jeez. Sooner or later I'm going to be forced to pick a side. I'm going to have to be on the side of the elves. Oh well, where was I? See what we can make. Anything that can give us extra income that isn't expensive, like the Gwythi Ilithian. Oh, we could get the Merchant's Wharf. Yeah, let's get the Merchant's Wharf. Sooner or later we'll be able to send out our Elbreth units en masse from our holdings here into Mordor. But until that day, first we need to take the Sea of Rune and aid the heirs of the Avari that once existed here. Because he who controls the Sea of Rune controls a lot of resources. And another end turn. Oh, the orcs are so close to defeat. But if they take Bur Alj, then what I'm about to do could end in disaster. And I mean disaster. Apologies if anyone can hear any outside noise. Unfortunately, that's just what I get every day. People shouting every day. I hope the elves know what they're doing, because if they lose any regions to Mirkwood, that just proves that they're still not defeatable. Okay, they sent their army down south to me. Cardiff was under siege again. By who? Mordor Supreme. I did not want to read that. I did not want to have to see that. Oh well.
I'm gonna stick you.
Oh.
Have a taste of my blade.
It's a shame they can't bring their army together. An army of these guys all together would actually be a decent rival. But let's defeat Nazu before I can get any help.
Engage!
Send the Lancers to flank to attack the ballistas. If they start running away, just charge them straight forward. So then, back to this kind of map where they have the hill advantage. With a ballista. Oh dear. No skirmish mode, we don't want that. So then, what else? Oh yeah, those wargs. They're going to be a problem. Even if they only get, even if they only get a charge up against my infantry, that's still a charge, and that's still a lot of damage we're going to be suffering from. Lancers down. Show them no mercy. Excellent. See if we can actually sit up here. That'd be a massive advantage. Oh, well, we're not doing that.
In our favor. Victory will be ours.
My earlier actions have kind of counterbalanced what I've been trying to do. What I'm trying to do now. They're sending in wargs. They're sending in wargs. I'm scared. I'm actually scared. Can't hear him. You can't hear it very well in my voice because I'm trying to make it sound whimsical and musical, but that's not going well for me. I'll start focusing more arrow fire upon them. Bring up the girth in end. Bring up the warriors. Make sure they're running. Come on, you can do it. Charge them. You can move out from the ballista crew now. Charge those bows. How do they stop being such a prude and trying to kill our own horses? Focus the host. They still got through. Why? Why? I'm triggered now to send everyone in. You've got me triggered now. Now look what you've done. What the hell was that? I told you to charge the shadow bows, so you do a. What the hell? What was your think? What were you thinking? What were you possibly thinking in that moment that made you think, let's just do a complete U-turn on what we wanted to actually do? Okay, they're routing. Thank goodness wargs have terrible morale. Now, all of you stop firing because you're just going to kill more and I don't want that.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Trying to get my cavalry out because it's going to be a while before I can get replacements. Charge right into the wargs.
Pursue and run them down.
Right into the shadow bows. Can't let any of them live. If anything's going to live, we can't let them live. Nah, nothing's going to live from this. They're goners. So long, farewell,
Be awed by the victory we have won.
Rohirrim charged the enemy to the north and south of the camp. Grimbold himself remained on foot with a rear guard of picked men. Of unfinished tales, the Battle of the Fort of Isen. Ungoliant got big. She got real big after devouring the light of the two trees. She was not to be trifled with. Though surprisingly, after the Balrogs showed up, she just left, began breeding a lot of children and died. So unfortunately, Ungoliant's tail isn't exactly long. I mean, she almost killed Melkor. Almost. If that was even possible.
They will not see us in the forest.
Either way, just execute them. Execute the fools.
Have a taste of my blade. I'm gonna stick you.
Anything else I can do?
Have a taste of my
Yeah, there's no way they can reach any of
Greetings,
my
my lord.
units, so just keep moving.
I'm gonna stick you. Have a taste of my blade.
If I push out too far, it's not like I'm not leaving Falasnorian boat to be undefended and unguarded. Those are just synonyms. Come on, you can think better words than that.
My lord. Onward.
Yeah, it seems that Anduin now knows
I would fight for
what it's
your
like to be able to do
people as if they
absolutely
were
nothing.
my own, friend.
Both their enemies have been defeated, and if it weren't for our aid in that war, I'm fairly certain they would have very quickly been splattered like a pancake. But we succeeded. And now Captain Ugler, going for the last target for the day, and we'll call it a day there.
Take it for the elves.
Might as well just save it at this point now. Just so I don't have to redo any of these battles.
Fight to the end.
So I don't really want to have to redo any of these battles, honestly. Thranduil they had let pass, or even his diminished army was far too strong for them. Oh yeah, I remember reading this already. I must admit that there are quite a few of these that they keep reoccurring. Not like it's a bad thing, it's just... you always know you're going to be reading something. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. And when I sneeze a lot, for those I didn't know. But I'm going to try and hold it in for as long as possible so this battle can get finished. This should be a lot easier than the first one, because one, they don't have ballista, so I don't need to charge in. I can let them rearrange themselves any way I like. Oh no. Okay, gonna move far away and try and sneeze as quietly as possible. There was only one sneeze this time. Oh, it still hurts every time. Ugh, damn hay fever. Is there any real unit I should be focusing? Maulers, more Maulers, Host, Raiders, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Stalkers of the Lost Ark. Let's just focus down the trash, and the rest of the units will follow. Now this charge could be very ill set, because obviously a unit like this is so large it just scatters everywhere. So we're not going to kill many, but we will get in close and bring them closer to us. If even one of them's enough to get them shaken. Jeez, this shock and we didn't even do anything to them yet. That's what I like to see. Good. Another thing, as good as these lancers are, this is as good as they're going to get. We're not getting any better archers. We're not getting any better cavalry. There we go. There we go. They're slowly putting themselves into combat. Though I am using currently all my ammo on trash. Not what I should be doing. I don't think that was a good charge. I don't even think that was a charge. I think I was just starting to move them. I forgot to... Oh, this is why I never forget. This is why I should never be forgetting things. Sometimes this can't be helped, though. Shoot those raiders. Let's finish those stalkers off. Oh no, not the raiders, not the raiders. No, 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 no. How did they survive?
The battle is very much in our favour.
Charging to the host, don't let them get in. Oh, that was a good charge.
The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Let's move them back. Oh no, not them. Send them back.
The enemy general abandons his men. The enemy army flees
Really?
the field.
Already?
Pursue and run them
Didn't even
down.
kill the general. I'm not impressed. Go on, we can do this. It was that easy? I'm actually, yeah, I'm actually not impressed by this at all. I keep forgetting, they don't have a general though, so obviously they're going to die quickly.
Be awed by the victory we...
That vast fortress, armory, prison, furnace of great power, Balador, the Dark Tower, which suffered no rival. Yeah, you don't mess with Balador. It's just not to be messed with.
Set up an ambush.
Another easy victory, it would seem.
We've defeated their wretched armies.
Follow me.
Over here, elves!
Elves!
Have a taste of my blade!
So then what
Yes,
to
my lord.
next? What to do next? And the turn one more time. And then we'll call it that. So then take Rawburg and we get some money. Nice. Here is the Master Builder's Hall. Excellent. It can only get better.
Elves! For the light!
Even if they were to
Swiftly!
move to Phalas
Yes, my
Nornian
lord.
boat, they'd be facing such a
Come
massive
on!
army.
Sire!
This trash wouldn't stand a chance. I can honestly say I would leave them and go straight for Rawburg. But that's a decision you guys can make. Does Haldir remain to deal with these small insurgent armies, or does he move straight for Rawburg? I hope you give me some kind of comment, because that's actually an idea that I'm unsure about following through with. But I will see you all next time. Hope you enjoyed. Farewell.